You should subscribe to the Monaresclub. Because the Principal of Saiyans told you to, idiot. Bye.
Today I am talking about Gotenks. If you ever wanted to get into Dragon Ball and want a deck that kind of just runs itself, Gotenks is the one for you. His leader is pretty average. He just, when you attack, you draw one card, and then he awakens either at the normal for life, or if you have a green Unison in play, if that costs 2,
Specify
2, you can then awaken him and go down to 6 life. And I think it crits him.
No, you just take them
Oh,
to your
they
hand.
go to your hand.
It's just the dumbest thing it could possibly be.
And then on his awakened side, he's really just kind of plain. Your opponent can't attack your leader card with battle cards. Your opponent's leader card can't attack your battle cards. That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm. Works good with your revenge blockers.
Yeah, and then when he attacks, you draw the card like normal, and then he has kind of this extra little ability here that you can pay a green. You can either play some ghost tokens or take a mark off their Unison. It doesn't come into play very often. So let's get into the main pack here, main chain. Start with your Go Cool if you can. He's really great because one, you play him for 1, and then he searches for your Unison.
Your Union Fusion.
Union Fusion piece here, which Grim Reaper, really really great card. Dual attack.
Deflect.
Yeah, he's
great. All the stupid things.
Actually, I'm trying to remember what his. Does he? Oh, and when he's removed from the battlefield, you get your pieces back.
Yeah, he's just the dumbest thing.
And he draws 2 when you play him, and pops a battle card. It's not great. And then there's this Gotenks All Out Assault, who he has double strike instead of dual attack, so a little different, but not too different. And you can either X-evolve him onto a Gotenks, so you can play him on top of this one, or you can fuse him and draw a card. Same kind of way. And I can't remember what his auto does exactly. Choose one of your opponent's Unison cards, remove 2 markers from it, and then choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and KO it.
So that's your little tech option.
So extra removal.
Mm-hmm.
I often play him if I want, that added double strike coming out, or to draw a card, or if they have a bunch of things on their board.
And you can, since the Grim Reaper has dual attack later in the game, you can swing and then restand it, and then EX evolve it, and you get a triple attack out of 2 cards essentially.
Yeah, it's really helpful in late game, which late game for this deck is turn 4. Mm-hmm. So obviously to go with this, we need the little boys. Mm-hmm. We need some Goten and Trunks. So there's this one that's combo, so you could use this side of the piece.
They also have another good ability.
It's true. They do have other abilities. You can also play him turn 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm. You pay a green and crit a life and play him.
Yeah. And you play him, you can swing with him, and then he comes back to your hand. And you can look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, add 1 green Gotenks or 1 green Unison, shuffle your deck.
Give you some early aggro.
So, I don't do it very often because usually I have Goku to play, but if you don't have Goku, it's a pretty good turn 1, especially if you're going to play the Unison anyway. Your couple of life don't really matter.
It's also good, it can pressure Unisons, because it's just a 15k for 1. And if you're missing your Unison for your Awaken, you can play that instead of Go Cool on 1 to try and find it.
Yeah. And then we also have a couple of these Trunks Spawns of Friendship. This is nice because when you Union Fuse it, you get to dig 7 for a Unison, which is nice either if you don't have a Unison or to just pull cards out of your deck.
It's free real estate.
I don't know if I've ever used his Activate main, because he has to be in play, right?
Yeah.
You discard him from your hand. Wow. You can play or add to your hand 1 green Goten card with energy cost of 3 from your deck. So you could discard him to find
if you have 2 of them, you can discard him and find the other piece.
Yeah. It doesn't come up very often for me because we have a bunch of these Gotens. And then we also have this Trunks and this Goten brimming with talent, which when they're in the drop, you can pay a green to get them back to your hand. So really just cycles. You pretty much have infinite ability then to play out these boys. Mm-hmm. So
it's just so much value on all of those cards.
Yeah, so that's kind of the main chain package you want. Usually turn 2, turn 3, you'll be doing that, you know, sometimes multiple times by turn 3 or 4. And obviously we have the Unison to go with it. So we have this. This is kind of the main Unison. He has this auto once per turn. When you activate the Union skill, you draw a card. So that means when you're using Grim Reaper, you're drawing 3. So, you know, stupid. And then he has this activate main. You can choose all your mono green battle cards and they get revenge. So you'll see in a minute that we have multiple blockers that then come into play. And then his neg 7 burns them.
It's dumb.
It burns them and discards 3 from their hand, I think.
The game's just over if he gets to -7.
And you get to choose the 3 from their hand, so...
It's just a win. If they let your thing stay at 7 markers, they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
They really have to pressure him.
So... then we have this kind of backup Unison, just in case, is the Golden Frieza one, which he's great because he can kind of help pick what's on top of your deck to be pulling.
And he gains crit, too.
And he gains crit.
And that neg 2 is nothing to sneeze at, either.
Yeah. His neg 2, your opponent can't tackle battle cards, so it's kind of some extra protection. Unless they
kill one of their battle cards, which costs 2 or more.
So sometimes this is nice if you're not winning by turn 4. You could have this Frieza out.
It's just a super good floodgate.
Yeah.
Really.
So to kind of go along with this Vegeta, we have a few... whatever.
Only half Vegeta.
Yeah. Well, it's all of Vegeta's in there.
Yeah, it's 100% Vegeta and 100% Goku.
We have this first guy here, the Son Gohan. He's a free blocker to play when you have a Unison, so you can give him revenge. Then we have this Zarbon package here. That, I mean, if you don't know Zarbon, he's super great. He's a blocker. You can play him from the discard for 1 green, and discarding a card. And he has an auto that if your opponent has 5 or less, then...
5 or more in hand.
Oh, 5 or more. Yeah, that's what I meant. 5 or more, then you get to discard a card from their hand.
When he dies.
Yeah. So, you know, play him out, block, revenge block.
And those pair super well with Dormant, too.
Yeah, kill a thing, remove a card from their hand, and then play them all again the next turn.
Yeah, because that Dormant will stop them from having more than 1 attack, and then you can just block the next attack, and you just say, alright, your turn's over.
We have just kind of this normal green package right here. Some discard with Ribrianne, some Kamehameha to get back some of your negates and things you'll see in a minute.
And this stuff is just kind of all flex. You can kind of play whatever good green cards you want. Like, if you don't have the Ribriannes, you can just kind of play like more Roshis or kind of whatever you want, really, whatever good green cards.
Yeah, I mean, I know Ribrianne's an expensive card.
You can play like Cell's Kamehameha, that's pretty good.
But I do think it's really great on turn 4. Sometimes you can just take cards out of their hand and then like spam 2 Grim Reapers and just mash them up. So it's kind of nice to give them away those opportunities. And then obviously we have Charismatic Villain with the cool art here. And with Charismatic, if you don't know that, counterplay up to 7.
Staple.
Yeah, staple. And this fused Zamasu that kind of goes with it. You could also play it maybe with some of your blockers.
No.
Yeah, okay. It's really just here for Frieza.
It's for the Frieza.
And it helps discard cards from them. It's indestructible. If you don't know other things about it, it's a pretty good staple card here.
Good combo with Frieza.
Good combo with
You're playing Frieza and you got the room, you slap those Zarbon or Zamasus in and call it a day.
Yeah, and then with that Master Roshi Kamehameha, these are the cards that you can generally get back with it, are Dormant. Dormant's kind of your main staple negate here. It will keep you alive for many turns if you need them. If you don't know what Dormant does, it stops them from attacking with anything but 1 more. You just discard a card with it.
Doesn't stop the first attack, but it does. So the first attack will go through. They're basically locked into 2 attacks on a turn.
Yeah.
But that's why the blockers are good, because then you can just use a blocker on one of them. You're basically only having to eat 1 attack at the most.
Yeah, so, you know, you have, like, the real Wombo combo is you could have Zarbon out, Dormant, block with Zarbon, kill their battle card with the Revenge if this is in play, take a card out of their hand, and then they have one more swing, and then you could, you know, play one of your other negates if you have it, or take the hit.
It's also what Max Power is good for, because you can buy it back every turn.
Yeah, so we have kind of this other little negate package here. We kind of just have one of each because they each come into play in different ways. Shocking Death Ball is kind of just a green staple. You know, you can kill babies with it. Boo Boo Volleyball is pretty good. It only really works with this leader. You can choose one card in your hand, discard it. If you do, add up to one green Goten card and one green. You can grab your Goten and Trunks cards.
Your Fusion Boys.
Yeah. So you can negate with this and kind of set up your next Union Fusion.
Go a little plus.
And then Max Power Kamehameha is just pretty great. You get back from the drop.
Only drawback is it's not green, so you can't get it back with Roshi. But that's why we just play one.
You get it back with itself. But
I stole this negate package from Russell Stelzer, so
nice.
Not just what is it? Deliberately stole it.
Just throwing it out.
Just throwing it out there. I just stole it from him, and it's been great. So
yeah. So thanks for that. Then we have this secret rare here because sometimes turn 5 you just need a big monkey to smash with. I often forget about its
it's one of the best parts.
Combo. I know, and I feel like I play it wrong because I often forget about the combo ability.
I know, you should be thinking about it the other way.
Yeah.
Where you're like, it's removal 90% of the time, but also a win con if you want.
Yeah.
It's just versatile.
It's just versatile.
You can play whatever green secret you want, or you don't even have to play a secret if you don't have one.
Yeah, this deck definitely doesn't need a secret. It really runs very streamlined, but
that's why I chose the ape secret, is because it's just kind of removal mostly. It's just a really good tech card.
Yeah, one of the things that's really nice though about this deck is there's multiple spots, kind of as we talked about with these like ribs and these kinds of things in here. There's kind of room to play with whatever you have or want to play with.
Yeah, you really just need that core package of the fusion cards, and then everything else is kind of just up to whatever you have.
And you need the Unison, obviously.
Yeah.
But for the super combo, we like to play Android 18 because I really love this card. This is one of my favorite.
When you self-awaken, you go to 6, which is sometimes you just live at 6 or 5 for the whole game.
Yeah.
So the 4 life or less super combos kind of stink.
Yeah, and it helps. You have like kind of a little discard package built in here, so this kind of plays along with it. Helps keep them down and keep them out of range of getting out of your big boy Gotenks attacks. So that's it. That's Gotenks. As said, it might sound a little bit complicated, but it's really not. Once you play it, super, super easy, super streamlined. You have kind of the same turn 2, turn 3 every single game.
What's the main complaint I hear about this deck that people playing it is I just play the same game every time. So if you like a consistent strategy, this is for you.
I like that because then I don't have to start feeling too anxious until turn 4 or 5. And I feel like I'm getting a lot of value for my cards. So highly recommend, especially if you're a new player, to check this out. Help build your confidence and beat up some people. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos. If there's anything else you want to see, let us know. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.